might be the best reboot out right now. What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about the iCarly reboot. Now, a little while ago on my channel, I made a video about TV shows that I thought actually need a reboot. And I talked about how it's like definitely not the Nickelodeon show that should have got a reboot. I talked about how Victorious needed one instead. Basically, I was hating prematurely. I automatically assumed, y'all, and that was wrong of me because why is it actually good? I actually took the time to watch the show, y'all, and this might be the best reboot out right now. They're actually doing it right in a way that still brings that nostalgia from the original iCarly, but also like keeping it modern. And I'm gonna be diving into why I think that is. Before we get into the video, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe, and also don't forget to check out all my other character rankings playlists. I'll leave all of those down below in the description, and you guys can check those out after the video. So I already had some prior knowledge on the reboot itself, like from stuff that were announced online. Basically, all of the cast members were gonna be back, with the exception of Sam. And that was the first thing to turn me away from the show. Like, Sam was one of my favorite characters on the original iCarly growing up, so I was so upset that she wasn't coming back. But I later found out why, and I completely respect her decision. But like, that was one of the main things that made me go like, I'm not touching it, keep it moving. But I actually like how they kept that like best friend presence like going. They do address Sam's absence pretty quickly in the first like episode, and they introduced Carly's new best friend in the show, which is Harper, which y'all, Harper is so hilarious. Like, she is so funny. When I first was like started watching it, I was like, okay, is this supposed to be Sam's replacement? Like, you're never gonna be Sam. But like, y'all, like, why is she she's probably one of the funniest characters I feel like on this reboot. But yeah, she definitely does bring back that like vibe, that bestie vibe. Even though she's definitely not as violent as Sam was, she still brings that like funny, reckless like vibe, that contrast from Carly. So I think they did a good job keeping that in the reboot. Speaking of the characters, they do introduce a few like new ones obviously, but they also do a couple callbacks to side characters that were in the original. I know in season 1, like Nora, they introduced her again, but I like that they have a lot of new characters, but they still like do callbacks to like people that were in the original. Now onto the plot itself. I like the plot of the show. It's basically Carly like falling back in love into what she used to do when she was like on the show, like the web show iCarly. I don't know, the show I feel like is very now, like current events. Like even some of the lingo, like the ick, they were mentioning that a lot, I believe, in the first season. Like a lot of the like way we talk online, like they incorporate that in the script as well, but it's not really cringy though. It feels like you can definitely feel the like influence of like social media now in the show, which is what I feel like is making me like it so much, y'all. Now continuing on with the characters, I don't know how I feel about like Freddie's daughter, like in the show. Her name is Millicent. I don't know, like I know they were bound to have kids in the show, which I'm okay with. I don't know, it's been like 2.5 seasons and I still don't know how to feel. The next character I want to talk about is Spencer. Obviously, y'all know Spencer. He's one of the like original cast members. He is still very funny. Basically, they kept a lot of things from how he was in the first iCarly, similar to how he's like clumsy, not really right in the head. I like how they like introduced that he's like women troubled. Basically, like he can't find a girlfriend to save his life. I like how they like introduced that. Like even in the first season, like he had trouble finding somebody to date. I mean, I know in the original iCarly, he still like had pretty bad luck with women, but I like that they like continued that on with him being an adult, and he still just can't find a girl, y'all. Now they do the same thing with Carly as well. I guess that's her taking that from Spencer. Like she's in her 20s now, but she's also not really that good in the dating scene. Like just right off the bat in the first episode of season 1, she was in a relationship and it ended in the same episode, and then she met another guy later on and that ended in the same episode. Like she basically took that from Spencer. They just don't have good luck finding partners. But I like that. Like that's very real. Like that's so now, like 2023. Everybody's like relationship challenged basically. Speaking of relationships, the thing that actually even catapulted me to even watch the show in its entirety is the reveal, spoiler alert, of Carly and Freddie. Now this has been a slow burn from the first series Even though in the first series they did go out for a while, I still would call it a slow burn because they were like kids and the relationship ended. Like, they didn't know what they were doing. And even after that, and when Freddie went out with Sam, which I did not like, and then like him and Carly were back to being friends, even then they still had like feelings for each other, so it was still kind of a slow burn. I had no idea that they were gonna actually like keep it going until like that reveal happened and everyone online was talking about it, and I was like, oh my god, yeah, I'm about to watch the show. It was perfect. They did not like, it did not feel like forced at all, mainly because in the first show, like, this was not something that is new to us. Freddie liked Carly for so long in the first show, but yeah, the reveal, like, I was spoiled online, so because I wasn't an active watcher of the show. Yeah, we all saw it coming. Like, we all knew they had to be endgame. Just the reveal of it happening just made me like, okay, I'm watching the show and I don't regret it. I've been missing out. Now I'm curious to see how it's gonna look though, because you know, Freddie has a child now, you know, he has a kid. So I'm curious to see how that dynamic is gonna play out in the show. They have the opportunity to make this like hilarious. Like, Carly needs to be like the irresponsible, but I'm just glad like it's official. They better not make them break up. Like, so I don't know how many seasons this show is gonna end up having like in the future. I can't predict the future, but I do hope that they keep Creddie like permanent. They're allowed to have ups and downs, obviously it's a relationship, nothing's perfect, but like I don't want them to break up at all. Like, I will literally, like, I will be so upset. Sure, they can have their fights and stuff, but like, don't break them up at all. That will just defeat the whole purpose of making them like canon in the show. Now I want to go back into Harper, which is also Carly's bestie. She's like a free spirit. She doesn't really know how to navigate the relationship world either. This is like a running thing with relationships in this show. I think the first time they introduced like anything like relationship like centered with Harper's character was in the first season as well. Okay, I guess Harper's gonna have bad luck with couples too. Is this like a running theme in the show? Everybody just sucks at relationships, because it's very real. It's very real. But yeah, I love her relationship with Dutch. That's cute. I love that. They are keeping me in with this show with the relationships. Even though like a lot of them are challenged and have had like really bad like run-ins with like the couples. But like, I just feel like her character is just like a breath of fresh air. Like, this is no shade to the original iCarly, but like, other than Tebow, who was like that other black like character that was enjoyable in the show? But I feel like making Harper like a main, because Tebow wasn't really a main character in the original. Like, he was a reoccurring one, but he wasn't one of the main cast. But Harper is, and I like that. It's like so refreshing, and she is queer, which it's just so modern. That's the thing I love about the show. But yeah, and one more thing about Harper that I kind of feel like with her and Spencer's relationship in the show, I love it. I love how they're like, they don't hate each other, but they're like always picking on each other. But I saw some stuff online, like with the, you know, the iCarly reboot, you know, on Twitter, some people shipping them. Like, do you not know their age gap? Well, I actually don't really know their age gap myself, but I just feel like that would be so weird. Like, her dating Carly's brother, like, that would be so weird. Y'all need to stop with that. Y'all need to stop with the Spencer and Harper shipping. I get it, but like, no. Like, maybe it's because I grew up with Spencer and like Harper's like introduced as like a friend of Carly, so it's making me think of her as like Sam, and so Sam and Spencer would not be like you know. So y'all need to cut it out with her and Spencer. I don't know, it's not too many people, but I've seen some people like shipping them, which I just feel like, no. But I definitely misjudged this series, and I will say it definitely deserved this reboot. But I'm still advocating for a victorious reboot in the future. I don't know how it's going to work with everyone's schedules, but I would love to see some form of closure, because that finale was horrible. But instead, they're bringing back Zoe 101, or I'm sorry, Zoe 102. Which, who even came up with that name? Like, the name in itself is a red flag. Y'all, I'm not gonna do the same mistake I did with this, because, you know, only the trailer came out. It's kind of interesting, but I don't know how to feel about it. But I'm not gonna judge it by its cover. We're gonna wait till it comes out and then I'll judge it. But like, Zoe 101, really? Before Victorious? Who's making these decisions? Y'all need to hire me. Matter of fact, don't hire me. Anyways, guys, that was the video. That was my review of the iCarly reboot. Let me know if you have like seen the reboot like in its entirety, like while it was coming out. Let me know what you think about it, because I just was missing out. Yeah, I binged it within the last couple of weeks with this whole reveal that came out with Creddie. I just decided to give it a chance and I don't regret it. But yeah, let me know in the comments, guys, your thoughts on the reboot. And if you haven't watched it, definitely give it a watch, y'all. Like, give it a watch. I was missing out. You're probably missing out. And also, if you have seen it, what's your favorite thing about it? Like, what makes you like this show? Because I don't know, I just love how now and modern it is. More than nostalgic, it's just modern. I like that. But yeah, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Again, don't forget to check out all my other playlists, reviews, character rankings, relationship videos. All those playlists will be down in the description, and you guys should check those out after the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys very soon in the next one.